We're starting a new series this week, 3 things young people need to hear from adults. But as we get into that, one of the things that I've been thinking about is how often people struggle to be assured that God loves them. How can we really know that God loves us? There's all kinds of great scriptures, like this one in Ephesians that says, I pray that you may have the power to comprehend with all the saints what is the breadth and length and height and depth, and to know that the love of Christ surpasses all knowledge, that you may be filled with the fullness of God. And that's beautiful. But no matter how many times I tell people things like this, that God loves them, they tend to turn around and say, how can you really know? A few years ago, I heard a pastor talking about that. And they started to ask a series of questions. And the first question was this: do you trust me? And it was a pastor and somebody in their congregation who had a relationship. They'd known each other for years. This pastor had shown up at bedsides. They had cared for the person for a long time. And so they said, do you trust me? And the person who went to their church said, yeah, I trust you. And then they asked this next question. They said, do you believe that God called me to do this? And the person thought about all the sermons that they had preached and all the times that they had cared for people. And they said, yeah, I believe that God has called you to do this. And so they said, if you trust me and you believe that God's called me, then hear these words from me. God loves you. You see, when we hear from somebody that we trust and love, that God cares for us, we can start to put those pieces together and say, oh, you know this and you know me, so I can begin to trust you. The question that we always have to ask ourselves is, who can reassure you that God loves you? Who is that person in your life who you know they know God and they know you, and so they can put those two pieces together? That means that we need community. That means we need relationships with other people who believe. That means that if you're not sure you believe, lean into somebody who's studied this. Lean into somebody who understands the faith, who has grown in this, who can honestly wrestle with their doubts, but who can also say, I've seen God show up in new ways. I've seen Jesus care for me. And for that reason, I can tell you that Jesus cares for you as well. The people who we trust, the people who care about us in our lives, have a way that they can speak into our lives more clearly than anybody else. So my prayer is that you would find somebody who can speak into your life in that way as well. Join us this weekend. We're going to be in worship at 8:30 and 10:30, and we'd love to see you there.